My name is Sunny. I'm so glad to meet you. This is great. The most important thing I can tell you about me is that I am an educator, an early childhood educator. I work at a Montessori school. If you don't know what that is, you should check it out online. It's great. It's just like the leader in progressive childhood education. It's just all about teaching children to experience life and to learn through experiences and just hands-on manipulation of real life. It also treats them as the independent, intellectual, spiritual beings that they are. Which I think is really important because I have memories of my own childhood growing up in, I dropped my book, growing up in Lower Merion, where I just really feel like I was not treated as a human at an early age. And I did not learn to foster my autonomy in the way that is crucial to my development. And I think that I'm really blessed to be able to provide this opportunity for other children, for children to grow and flourish like the beautiful little seedlings that they are. They just need to be watered with the love and the sunlight and the warmth of our kindness pouring down upon them, and they will grow to be the most beautiful beings that they have the potential to become. I'm sorry, I just could go on about that forever. I'm so passionate about it. As you can see, I wear this fine piece of jewelry around my neck at all times. It was made for me by my favorite. I shouldn't say that because really all children are somebody's favorite and they're just so beautiful. But a really special young human who I came in contact with when I was first starting out as a Montessori teacher. His name was Malachi. He was such a beautiful soul. He was really, the depth in his eyes, the kindness that he was capable of in the sandbox with the other children always shared. He was really a model citizen at Montessori. And he made this necklace for me, and it was just one of the kindest gestures. You should have seen the look on his little face when he handed it to me. I mean, honestly, he understands the idea that to give is really much more beautiful than to receive. And I think that at the age of 5, to be able to understand that, I mean, that just really speaks for the power of a Montessori education. Because really it teaches our young people, because really children are young people, right? I mean, they're not lesser beings, right? They're beautiful, independent, autonomous beings. And that's what we're trying to foster here. So he gave this to me as a gift, and the joy, the true joy that was in his beautiful chocolate brown eyes as he handed it to me, I knew that he truly understood this valuable life lesson that I, in Lower Merion, growing up, would not have understood at his age. An ideal date, I think that an ideal date would be something like the Please Touch Museum, or maybe even the Franklin Institute. I love that heart. You can walk inside the heart, and it's almost like you can understand where love comes from. It's beautiful. Like you just walk through all the atriums and the ventricles, and it's like you almost are the blood flowing through the heart. And I love experiencing that through the eyes of a child, and the wonder and the innocence that they contain. Sometimes when I'm home by myself, what I like to do is I make a little pot of chamomile tea. I just light some lavender incense, and I pull out a copy of Goodnight Moon, and I just read it. Because you know what? That is a beautiful book, and that really brings me back to a special place in my childhood. And I can think about goodnight mush, goodnight brush, goodnight mittens, goodnight kittens. I mean, really, that is just such a poetic book. I mean, really learning to connect with the universe as we say goodnight each night. and just really say goodbye to the world. But hello, we'll meet again in the morning when I am a new spirit, born again in the morning. Morning glory. Anyway, what does romance mean to me? Well, I haven't, honestly, I'm just really married to my work. I spend so much time with the children at Montessori, and, you know, I do after-school programming, and I do before-school programming, and sometimes I nanny, and I babysit. I just do so much childcare because really, children are our future, and if we don't pour ourselves into them, then what is going to become of all of us, really? Anyway, I'm sorry, I just got really philosophical. Romance, we were talking about romance. Romance to me is, really, it's kind of like looking through a child's eyes. It's like rose-colored glasses, right? I mean, what they say when you're just, everything is fresh and new and you're young again. Romance makes us children again. And I don't mean that in a way that is condescending or patronizing to childhood at all. Because as I said before, childhood is really, children are people, they're human beings, and we should not talk down to them in any way. However, I do think that true romance, true love, that experience brings us back to our childhood years, when we can really feel the world opening up for us, like a new dawn. It's so beautiful. I'm sorry, I get so carried away sometimes. What kind of woman am I looking for? Well, I'm looking for a woman who is not afraid to commit to the idea of having a family. Having a family is obviously very important to me, as I love children so much. I would like a woman who might enjoy to grab a cup of tea and go down to the playground and watch the children play. Because to me, that is the most beautiful thing. I mean, it's like Ace of Base said in The Beautiful Life. You know, if you're sad, you can just go to the park and there's so many beautiful things to see. Look around you. And those beautiful things, those beautiful beings, those children, the glowing, the light that surrounds them at all times and that they exude from their shining eyes. That is so beautiful to me, and I'm looking for a woman who can appreciate that with me, hand in hand, at the playground. Not after dusk, though. And what do I do in my free time? I mean, I don't have much free time, honestly. I'm really committed to my work, but as I said, I like to go to the Please Touch Museum. I like to hang around where the children are, because the children are our future. And I'm always thinking of new ideas for arts and crafts time, picking up things, going to stores to buy different craft supplies, pipe cleaners, what have you. Just the kind of thing that you need as a kindergarten teacher. And, I'm sorry, early childhood educator. So, I would really like to share my passion with you. And if you're interested, you should give me a call. And I really hope to hear from you. Thanks.